Hello guys, welcome back to Backwoods TN. Thank you guys for stopping by the channel today. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the like button if you enjoy the video. But today we're going to do a video that has been a pretty popular request in the comments here lately, seems like. I put a post on the community page yesterday asking if anyone would be interested in a sawmill video, and a lot of people said they wanted a in-depth explanation on how we saw a cross tie that you guys have seen us cut, stack, haul, the whole 9 yards. So today we're going to do a breakdown of kind of like whenever the log comes down the conveyor here, comes onto the roller, and then on to the carriage, the thought process behind what makes a tie, what won't make a tie, you know, just everything that kind of goes into the, you know, the schematics of it. So we've picked out a pretty good log over here. I'm going to show you guys in a second, and Dad's going to kind of go into a little bit of detail on the whole tie making process, how thick to make the slab, all that good stuff. And so yeah, hope you guys are excited for this. Shout out to Connor behind the camera. He said if you guys want to see him in a video more often, you can go to A Little Southern Brothers and subscribe to that channel. Is that what somebody said back there?
Maybe.
So if you guys want more videos after you've watched mine, you can head on over to Little Southern Brothers and check out some more log content. There's videos from like 2 or 3 years ago, so plenty over there to watch. So this is the log we kind of picked out to use. We think will be a pretty good example log. This one right here, more than likely, this is big enough to make a 7x9. We're hoping it's halfway straight as well. I think this is big enough to make one, probably.
Yep.
Okay, so is there anything that you can just see right off the bat where you're like, yeah, that's probably going to make one, besides just size, I guess, and straightness?
You gotta make sure they're sound. Well, you can't be wind shaky or rotten. That's the first thing you see.
So if it's in like a little soft hole in the middle somewhere here, you know, a hole
If it was
real
shaky
dark,
or rotten, you'd automatically say probably ain't gonna make a tie unless
Yeah.
you thought it might cut off. Sometimes they're a little long. You can cut them back a little and clear them up. But
yeah, so like standard railroad ties can be 8'6" to 8'9".
they like them 8'8", but they can be as short as 8'6", I think, and go. And they'll take them a little longer, but 8'8" is what they want them.
Yeah,
That gives them room to cut off a little if they need to yet.
He told me one time, he said, if they get longer than 8'9", I don't care to cut one off, but I don't want to cut the whole load. You know, if you get them all that long. So but 8'8's the perfect length. You know, if you can get that, if everyone's 8'8 and they're all sound, then you've got some good ties. But so sound, no dark spots, not like that, not wind shaky, pretty straight. So I guess now just fire up solid, I reckon. But for that to happen, the Cummins power unit may need to get turned on before we can start, reckon. Con? Oh, Con, Lord, he cracked his head. Gosh, I got that on camera. Is it okay?
Yeah.
You don't have a brain up there, no way, do you?
No. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Are you sure you're all right? Are you seeing stars? Yeah. Why's your face so dirty for? Oh, you been eating? Huh?
Yeah.
Just a boy from East Tennessee, just got God, my family, and me. Work my fingers down to the bone is the way I was raised and the way I was shown. Southern life is the life of me, it's the way I'll always be. Southern life is the life of me, it's the way I'll always be.
Alright, here is the voiceover portion of sawing this white oak cross tie. We think we got it figured out, so hopefully this works. So we're walking up on the deck right here, and right there is the log we picked out we're going to demonstrate. So if it's not loud enough, hopefully I can maybe adjust the volume here, maybe grab your remote or whatever and turn the volume up a little bit so you can hear us. But got Dad here with me, and we're going to walk through the step-by-step of cutting this cross tie here. Sounds like you're about to roll on your roller there, ain't you?
Yeah, the first step is bringing my live deck, bringing the log forward onto the kicker, and we kick it over onto the carriage. The first thing I've looked at is the end of the log facing me, is to see if it's sound or not. And the next step, as you can see, I'm rolling the log here, turning it, trying to get it to lay. We're shooting for a 7x9 cross tie. The first, that's the biggest tie they accept. It brings the most money, so that's what I'm doing here, is trying to get it to lay where it'll make a 9-inch. You got to have 9 inches one way and 7 the other, so I look for the widest part of the log to start with. So I've got it laying. I brought it up to the saw, and this first side, you don't have to worry about the number. You just got to get you a good face, which is, you can have a little bit of bark, or they call it wang, I guess, if I'm saying that right. But you can see on the very end of that log right there, it didn't have a 7-inch face. So I've had to take a board off, and this log's big enough for one board on this side. There's a knot got hung in between my saw and my kicker there, so that board's sort of wedged. That's what I was backing up. I seen it was doing that. So, but anyway,
that happens from time to time.
Yeah,
quite a bit. But sometimes you can just take it and knock it out, which I think is about to happen right here.
I've got a lever in there. You can flip it over, but it would wedge just a tad. So, but now you see me looking at my carriage, and the scale up there, I've set it on 9 inches because it's got to be a 9-inch thickness this side. So I pulled it over to 9 inches and made a slab, and I can tell that there's going to be a 7-inch face there pretty much with just a little bit of bark, and Landon will take care of that at the end. So there's more to sawing than just pulling these levers. There's a whole lot of thinking goes along with it, and most people think you just saw by pulling levers, but you've got to determine what the log will make and if it's sound. And so this side here, you don't got to worry about the numbers again. You just got to get a good clean face. So I took my slab off, and I can tell it's too barky. Sometimes I'll pull it over just to make a thin board, but this one's going to make an inch board, so this will be something we can sell.
And one of those we'll take down there to the end on that on the stripper there, the edger. That'll take them 2 sides off, and then we can take the board and sell it. So there's some videos of that on the channel too. If you're interested, you can check that out as well. But so this is where it starts mattering a little bit more on being precise and stuff, ain't it?
Yeah, you go by numbers on this side. You got to get down to 7 inches. So if you think you can get a board and then leave a cross tie, you can set it on right a little under 7 or 8.5, just a little under there, and then you hit your set button. It'll come over to right at 7 inches. So
start to look more like one now, ain't it?
now you back up, make sure you got, if you need to. Most people don't. We don't saw on a lot of volume. We don't do our mill's not that fast. So, but I've run it back over here just to pull it on over to 9 there, make sure, and maybe not just a little more bark off if it will, and if it don't, Landon will get it with the axe, debark it and cut the ends off, make it 8/8 what we shoot for, but I'll take them down to 8/6.
So there's the voiceover of sawing the log. If you want to see more of this, let us know in the comments or something. So.
Alright, so now the tie's been sawed. This is a 7x9.
So first thing I have to do is make sure that I get all the bark off that I possibly can. So if I was to leave maybe this patch, it could be cold possibly, hard to really say. So what I'm gonna do now first is get all the bark off. And then the axe, we each use a hatchet, but we all kind of prefer an axe. Some sawmills have a debarker. Our local sawmill has one of those. A lot of your bigger mills probably has one. We're smaller, so we can do it by hand. We have to figure out which side is the bad side, if there is one. With this side, got a little crack, that's nothing to worry about. So this side's good, let's check the other side. The side's a little bit muddy, but as far as being sound, it's fine. So we took more bark off that side. So that's the side I'm going to cut off if I can. Now I'm going to grab my tape measure and see how long this bad boy is. Yes, this was a little bit long. I was probably the one that cut these. About a month ago, I cut a couple too short, so I didn't want that to happen anymore. Because you can always make them shorter, but you can't make them longer. So, this guy's about 9'1½". We're going to cut him back to a perfect 8'8". So I'm going to grab my steel. Logger Wade, you hear that? See that logger Wade? Ain't that pretty? Roughly 8'8". Get your block over here out of the way right now. Now we've got a perfect 8'8" cross tie. Now we're going to stop. I would say these things probably weigh about 300, 325 pounds more than likely. So after all day, really what hurts me the most is my wrists. Where I have the axe all day, I'm constantly rolling them over and all that stuff. My wrists hurt probably the most. But we keep it up off the ground, ain't gotta bend over, the back's not too bad. We're gonna throw him over here. If I would have threw it down, it was too far this way, like you can hammer. Like to keep at least one side even, that way you kind of know how long they're running. So, yeah, that is cutting the cross tie from start to finish. They made a 37 9 wide open.